The Stoic art of attraction, evoking desire. Through inner mastery, desire is not about chasing. It's not about impressing with grand gestures or flashy displays of status. True desire is evoked, not demanded. And in the world of Stoic attraction psychology, the art of becoming desirable lies not in seduction tricks, but in subtle shifts of behavior, presence, and emotional control that tap into deeper instincts. This article explores how you can create a sense of attraction, even in women who may not initially show interest, by mastering yourself first, using psychologically sound and ethically grounded techniques. Many of these tools overlap with what some might call dark psychology, but when used with awareness and respect, they can transform your masculine presence into something quietly magnetic. Let's break it down. Non-reactivity, the foundation of Stoic attraction. When a woman senses that her behavior can emotionally affect you, whether through teasing, rejection, or silence, she holds power. But when you show non-reactivity, that power collapses. A Stoic man doesn't flinch under pressure. If she tests you, flirts with someone else, pulls away emotionally, or ignores your messages, you respond with calm indifference. This is not game playing. It's the deep, unshakable confidence of a man who knows his value. Why it works. Emotional control signals status. In evolutionary terms, women are wired to seek out partners who remain calm under stress. You become the lighthouse in her storm. The power of the pause. Make silence speak. Most men try to fill the space with jokes, validation, or chatter when talking to a woman they like. But silence, used intentionally, builds tension. Pause after she speaks. Hold eye contact. Let moments of silence linger just long enough to create emotional unease, not out of discomfort, but presence. Why it works. Humans are wired to fill gaps. Silence creates psychological tension. When you don't rush to fill the space, she begins to invest more, searching for your approval or emotional reaction. This subtle imbalance generates interest. Hold eye contact. Maintain a steady gaze to convey confidence and presence. Let silence linger. Allow moments of quiet to build tension and encourage her investment. Create psychological tension. Subtly encourage her to fill the conversational gaps. Mirroring. The art of emotional synchronization. Mirroring is a psychological strategy where you subtly reflect a woman's tone, posture, or emotional state. Done naturally, this builds unconscious rapport. If she's calm and introspective, slow your rhythm to match. If she's playful, let a smirk emerge. Mirroring makes her feel seen without you saying a word. Why it works. People are attracted to what feels familiar and safe. By mirroring her, you bypass rational filters and speak directly to her subconscious. Name usage. Activate her sense of identity. There's a reason someone's name has so much power. Hearing it activates the part of the brain connected to identity and emotional recognition. Use her name occasionally, not excessively, in conversation. Especially when you're making a serious point or offering a genuine compliment. Why it works. It makes the moment personal. When you say her name with presence, it plants a psychological anchor. She begins to associate your attention with emotional validation. Strategic familiarity. Become a subconscious presence. If she's not interested at first, don't disappear completely. Instead, build what psychologists call familiarity exposure bias. The more often someone sees you, the more likely they are to warm up to you. This can mean being present in shared social circles, subtly showing up in online spaces, or interacting without trying to impress. Why it works. Familiarity breeds comfort. When she repeatedly sees you without pressure or neediness, her defenses drop. Over time, indifference may turn into curiosity, and curiosity into desire. Use her name. Occasionally, especially for emphasis or compliments. Create personal moments. Connect your attention with emotional validation. Be present. In shared social circles and online spaces. Interact without pressure. Allow defenses to drop over time. The foot in the door technique. Build micro-commitments. This strategy comes from behavioral psychology. Start with a small, low-stakes interaction, asking for a quick favor, help with something trivial, or giving her a sincere compliment. Once she says, yes, to something small, it becomes easier for her brain to justify future interactions. Why it works. Humans strive for consistency. When she agrees to a small favor or interaction, she unconsciously shifts her perception of you. Maybe I am comfortable around him. That micro-shift creates momentum. Say something slightly wrong. Spark emotional corrections. Here's a subtle psychological trigger. Introduce a minor error in your conversation about something she cares about. For example, "Oh, weren't you born in Chicago?" when she's clearly mentioned she was born in Boston. Why it works. The urge to correct awakens her engagement. When she corrects you, she invests more energy in the interaction, and may offer more personal details than before. This deepens emotional connection without pressure. Small favor. Ask for something trivial. Gain agreement. She says, yes, to the small request. Build momentum. Easier for future interactions. Use, because, give her a reason to open up. People are far more likely to comply, agree, or engage when given a reason. Even a weak one. Instead of saying, "I'd like to take you out," say, "I'd like to take you out because I get the feeling you're deeper than most people let on." Why it works. Because, appeals to the rational mind, even if the decision is emotional. You give her a reason that flatters her sense of uniqueness and intelligence. 5-second rule. Act before self-doubt takes over. Desire is often killed by hesitation. When you feel the impulse to speak to her, initiate a message, or invite her somewhere, don't wait. Count down from 5, and act. Why it works. The longer you hesitate, the more anxiety builds. Quick, grounded action projects confidence and eliminates overthinking. Women feel that decisiveness energetically. Rational appeal. Provide a reason, even a simple one. Flatter her. Appeal to her uniqueness or intelligence. Encourage engagement. Increase likelihood of compliance. The law of reciprocity. Give big, then ask small. This is a counterintuitive way to lower resistance. Ask for something bigger than you actually want, a strong opinion, time, or a bold question. Then, pivot to a smaller, more reasonable ask. Why it works. People naturally want to even the scale. Once she mentally declines the big ask, she's more likely to accept the smaller one. The small interaction creates space for emotional reciprocity and deeper connection. Final thought. Stoic desire is never forced. It's inspired. Attraction is not about control. It's about presence, tension, and perception. You don't need to manipulate, just become a man who radiates internal power and subtle psychological intelligence. When you master yourself, you no longer chase desire. You awaken it. When you master yourself, you no longer chase desire. You awaken it.